We're digging into a conversation that touches not just on governance and policy, but on the very lives of ordinary Nigerians. Constitution review. Will the amendments fix Nigeria? For over 2 decades, we've heard the same promises: constitutional amendments to deepen democracy, fix injustice, and make governance more responsive. Yet, for the man selling tomatoes in Kano, the teacher in Yenagwa waiting months for salary, or the mother in Benue displaced by conflict, it often feels like the Constitution is something far away, a document that doesn't protect their rights or guarantee a better life. Now, since 1999, successive assemblies have made attempts to revise the Constitution, but many argue that these amendments only scratch the surface. The original document born out of a military transition was not written by the people, and perhaps that's why so many Nigerians still feel left out of the system it governs. Now, with fresh proposals on the table, touching on issues like state policing, fiscal federalism, local government autonomy, and gender inclusion, the question remains: can these changes finally bring the justice, fairness, and efficiency we so desperately need, or are we still dancing around the edges of a deeper problem? This is not just a legal debate. It's about everyday realities: safety, equality, opportunity, and trust in governance. So we turn to you, our viewers, this morning. Do you think these constitutional amendments can truly fix Nigeria, or is it time to start from scratch with a people-driven constitution that reflects the hopes and struggles of all Nigerians? You can call in the numbers displayed on your screen. Kindly send us a WhatsApp message as well to share your thoughts on this topic. Hauwa, what do you think?
Well, the options that are there, it's either, to look through the present constitution that we have, which is the 1999 constitution, or for us to start from scratch and, come together and look at everything and put it down accordingly. But then that's a lot of work.
A lot of work.
That is a lot of work for a new constitution to be put about. But then if we sit and look at the 1999 constitution, I believe it would be easier, to amend a couple of things. It would be easier to come to an agreement instead of starting from scratch. But then let us take our first caller so that we can hear from them. Hello, good morning.
Okay, I think we lost that caller. Please kindly call back in. For me,
no, I'm on.
All
okay,
right,
hi, good
morning. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, good morning.
All right, what is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Chijioke and I'm calling from Soka.
All right, thank you for calling, Chijioke. Go ahead with your thoughts, or what do you think about the Constitution Amendment?
Well, the constitutional amendment is a two-pronged issue. One, I don't think the problem of this country has to do with the Constitution, basically. But then there are other aspects of the Constitution that need some fine-tuning, like you highlighted in your promotion of this segment of the program: the issue of state policing to check insecurity, fiscal federalism, restructuring, creation of additional states in the southeast for equity and balancing, and then ensuring stronger institutions. That is the problem with Nigeria, not the constitution really. I think it's the implementation, because some people, especially the politicians, they are far above the law. They commit a lot of atrocities, and you can't hold them accountable because they think they are above the Constitution. So I think what we need is to strengthen our institutions like the FCC, the police, the security apparatuses. Because you see, the abuses we have in this country is that because some of these politicians do not subject themselves to the provisions of the Constitution. And I think that is what is really causing the problem. Because if you elsewhere, you see some heads of states being sent to jail, even sitting ones or retired ones. You rarely hear about that one in Nigeria. What you hear is somebody commits a crime, he jumps ship from one political party to a ruling political party for protection. So I think basically, yes, we need some aspects of a constitutional amendment, because the 1999 constitution as amended, though crafted by the military, still, if implemented to the letter, could still drive us to El Dorado. But then there are certain aspects of it that needs to be touched. There are certain aspects of it that needs to be reviewed, revised, or expunged to make it what actually we want. But besides that, what we need is strong institutions. Everybody is under the law. Nobody should see himself like above the law. You see all these politicians, from councillors to local government chairmen to state governors to House of Assembly, everybody is moving around with security personnel, and they don't obey traffic laws, they don't obey any law, they do anything and they get away with it. So I think that is basically the problem. Let us strengthen our institutions, and I think the Constitution, with a little touches here and there, we are good to go. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You made a valid point,
Yes.
not to, having a new constitution, starting all over again, it's really not the solution to this. Of course, yes, there are certain things in the constitution that we need to amend, but at the end of the day, it still boils down to, leadership, the type of leaders that we have. It's not just, amending this constitution. It's not all about, starting up from the scratch. It's the leaders that we have. Will they, be able to do what is right at the end of the day? Hello, good morning.
Right.
Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I believe we have Shetima on the line. Hello, good morning, Shetima.
Good morning, Memuna. Good morning, Hauwa.
Good morning, Shetima.
Yes, good morning. Thank you for joining us. How is Maiduguri this morning?
Maiduguri, Alhamdulillah, Maiduguri is cool. We thank
All
God.
right, great. So what is your view on constitutional review?
Well, constitutional review, when I heard the headings that they will touch, it is good. It is good. But in addition, Hauwa, the problem of Nigeria, you can agree with me, is not a constitution, but rather the governors that governing this country. Governors become what I can say, an obstacle towards the development of the people and the development of the country at large. Governors have exercised a tremendous power, which is beyond imagination. They block things. They are not allowed things to move smoothly. The powers of governors need to be reviewed. The power of governors need to be reviewed if we want to see the light of development in this country, honestly speaking. Governors are doing all sorts of things to block development, and we are seeing it practically. And this is a reality. And secondly, I think they're supposed to also include coaching the cost of governance in this country. The cost of governance is too high. It's too high. We have to say the truth for ourselves, because you cannot be running government at the high expensive. I can't even explain. It's too much, honestly speaking. If what they are saying is true, let them consider the cost of running government. The cost of running government, as I say, is too much. How you can agree with me, with the Memuna, go and make a finding. What these two houses are spending in a year, the whole public service as a family are not consuming in 10 years. You can imagine. In 1 year, what these two houses are spending, the whole family of public service are not spending in 10 years. The cost of running government is too high. It's too high. we supposed to do something in this amendment to consider the cost of running government is too high, is too heavy for this country. And secondly, I think we just have to include the sanction of calling back any poor performance. Any elected legislator who is not performing well is supposed to be calling and make that process to be very, very soft. Now it's too hard. It's too tremendous. You can imagine they say this and this and this. You have to fulfill this. You have to fulfill that. This person, you just voted him, and he just go there, and for you to call him back, he has become a problem. Because he has become part and parcel of the oppression family. They are oppressive people. They have to subside the way where we can call somebody who is dormant, somebody who is not doing anything, who is not contributing anything. We have to call him back and replace him with a very active member, if at all we can. So I think things need to be looked into, and also we have to do something on delay of fertilizer to the farmers in this country. These farmers, I just see the last report that you have showed this morning. About Kaduna farmers. You can imagine a bag of fertilizer is selling 60,000 naira. 60,000 naira. It's a pity. It's a pity. How can look at these farmers of this country, whether we like it or not, they are heroes. They are heroes. They are using hope to feed a population of more than 200 million people with your hope. And you cannot give them support. What are you saying? Are you trying to bring a shortage of food in the country? It is very, very unfortunate. We have to wake up. We have to wake up. We have to do something for this country, because the things is our negligence is too much. It's too much. Lack of concern is too much at the side of the government. We just have to do something. Thank you so much, and happy nice day.
All right, thank you so much, Shatima, for your contribution. He made a couple of points, and I believe the previous caller as well made a point. He said, let there be an amendment where it counts. Let there be an amendment where the everyday Nigerian will feel its impact. And when it comes to the Constitution as well, let it be implemented and seen through the way it is meant to go through. Because at the end of the day, in the Constitution, there are a lot of laws that, take care of the everyday Nigerian, and that is not done, and that is not implemented, and a lot of things are being looked at in the Constitution to be reviewed, such as the federal restructuring, local government, autonomy, state policing, and electoral reform and judicial reform as well. Yeah, women inclusion in governance as well. All right, we have another caller. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning in the studio.
Morning. All right, thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Powder from Benue.
All right, thank you for calling us. Go ahead with your thoughts. What do you think about the constitutional review?
Talking about the constitutional review, to my own opinion, I did not subscribe to the amendment of the Constitution because the 1999 Constitution has been amended several times, but the recommendations of experts, analysts concerning the 1999 Constitution has been swept under the carpet for several times. And the politicians themselves have seen themselves as being above the law. And because of that, it's like they have kidnapped the ordinary Nigerians, because The 1999 constitution that you people are talking about, many Nigerians did not even know what the 1999 constitution contained. They have refused to make it available for ordinary Nigerians so that they can be held responsible or accountable for what is in the constitution. It is on this program this morning that I'm seeing the copy of the constitution. As a citizen of this country, I'm about 53 years of age now. I'm just seeing the copy of the 1999 constitution. I don't even know where you can go to get a copy, whether it is from the government ministries, departments, or agencies. So Nigerians, many Nigerians, do not know what the 1999 constitution entails. And it is because of the attitude of our corrupt politicians. They have deliberately denied us the knowledge about what the 1999 constitution entails so that we cannot hold them responsible or accountable. If corruption is removed from our country, I think the country will do well, because the politicians have seen themselves as being above the law. So they deny us of our rights, and they make us more poorer than we were before, so that we continue to depend on them for stipends. Look at what happens during elections. They come buying votes, and after that, what do we benefit? They start the corruption from the polling booth, and when they get there, they are already matured. Like our people will always say, jungle has matured. You have nothing to do whether they are benefiting you or not. So to me, I feel that the constitution should be made available to Nigerians, and our politicians should be ready to abide by the law. If they are able to do so, I think our country will be better than it is now. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that.
I just wanted to make a point there where he said, he has never, seen how the Constitution is, and
or where to get the Constitution.
But trust me, you can get that online. You can download the PDF format, read through, have an understanding of what the Constitution is, and also, what do you think, these amendments should be in the Constitution, so you can, of course,
and
get
there is
access.
one thing that Nigerians need to understand, that if you do not know your rights, there is no way,
absolutely,
there is no way that you can hold anybody accountable for anything that is done. And with this constitutional review that is meant to happen, with the constituting public hearings, that in itself, making sure that Nigerians are involved in those proceedings would be very, very important, because they know where it hurts the most. It is meant for the people, right? And it's supposed to be by the people at the end of the day. But then having that and knowing that there is that constitution, and most Nigerians don't know the extent of it and where their rights are and where it stands, and how they're supposed to go after their rights, then how are they supposed to know, or which of those in the Constitution is meant to be reviewed and amended as well, right?
And that is why, creating awareness, like, of course, what we're doing this morning is also creating awareness about the Nigerian Constitution. It is very important that Nigerians know their right. There are certain books you could read up. There are people you could, speak to, ask questions concerning the Nigerian Constitution. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Collins. I'm calling from Benin City, Edo State.
Thank you for calling in. Collins.
Yeah, about this constitutional review, and if the amendment will fix Nigeria.
Hello, Collins.
What I want to talk about is about a few weeks ago, you people were asking if the youth confab that will be organized, what do we think about it? I called in and I said we need a national confab this national conference, whatever comes out of it, is what can be used to change our constitution, to change it, to fix the wrongs that are being seen in our daily life, in our national life, in every part of the country. Now, if you observe the Patriots, which they have a conference coming up, I would just, and the National Assembly has a constitutional review that is also ongoing. Me, I will plead for them to wait. Let them wait for the Patriots who just started their own conference to finish it maybe within a few days or approximately 1 week. Whatever comes out of there, whatever comes out from that dialogue and discussions from the Patriots conference, it can be used as the basis or additional to whatever the National Assembly is trying to review for us.
Hello, Collins, are you still there? Okay, I think we lost him. Do call back to, finish up your thoughts.
Yes, make sure you call us back so that we can hear more of your thoughts. All right. He was saying that with the constitutional review, there's supposed to be avenues whereby the youth are involved as well. And when you look at it, this review is still ongoing, whereby public hearings are there. Make sure you locate them, make sure you know when that is happening so that you can give your own feedback, and then at the end of the day, know what you're doing. Go through the Constitution and look at what you think can be done and can be changed, and the suggestions as well when it comes to, the proposals under consideration when it comes to special seats for women, state policing, and that state policing would really directly positively affect everyone when it comes to, curbing insecurity in states that are going through that.
We have Ade on the line.
Yes. Hello, good morning, Ade. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, good morning. How are you today?
We're doing great, thank you. What are your thoughts on the constitutional review?
I called my brother from Borno.
Yes.
Because after his speech, your TV went off YouTube. I can't see anymore. But I know the topic now.
All right.
Everything Shetima said, I agree with him. But what we need in Nigeria is a parliamentary system of government, not presidential system. Presidential system is American way. It's very, very expensive. And in UK here we have parliamentary system. It's costless. So that one you have to appoint your minister from within your elected representative. So it's cheaper. The system now, this constitution we are doing now in Nigeria, it doesn't help. Our problem is not about constitution. It's about the implementation. Following the rule of law is the most important. Now a councillor in Nigeria will fly first class to UK. It costs about £10,000 for one person, British Airways. So where are they getting the money from? And they even have members of their family support. But nobody to check them, nobody to control them. So constitution is not our problem. Our problem is obeying to that constitution, implementing the constitution, having the moral and the fear of God in operating the constitution. Those are the problems we have in Nigeria. A member of parliament here cannot take £10 of just £10. But in Nigeria, nobody cares. Everybody does what they like. So all the people that put together now, they were there 20% doing Jonathan. Nothing happened. So this one, what will happen again? So unless we have a parliamentary system, then that will cater for the grassroots more. Than we don't have state here. We have only local government and central government. That's all. And it's working fine. After the central government is local government. So no state. So everybody, you can go to a local government and ask for whatever you want there. So constitution is not our problem. That's why I agree with your team. We need a parliamentary system.
of government. The government now are semi-god in Nigeria. They buy properties everywhere all over the world. In UK here, they buy properties, they don't live there. And if a property that's paying for 1.5, 2.5 million pounds, and they will lock it up. You know what that will do in their village in Nigeria. So it's the lack of fear of God. It's what is worrying us. If you see what happened, how our late president was buried, they should know that life means nothing. It is what you do for your mankind that will count. And that's what you get your reward for. So that's what both religions say. So you have to fear God. When you don't fear God, then here, not that they fear God in UK, but they fear prison. Because you go to jail. That's it. You go to jail here. So there's a young man at the age of 16, 17. There's a woman in 1965. A woman of 25 years in 1965 in UK. And that woman was killed. They just arrested the man last year. And the man is 92 now. And they sent to jail in UK here. He committed in 1965. You can imagine. He's been to jail now at 92. So that is constitution. That is law. But it won't happen in Nigeria. So let's continue to pray. God will help us. God bless my country, Nigeria, and God bless you.
All right. Thank you so much, Ajay, for that contribution. I believe he was hammering on a point that Shatima made, that in Nigeria, the cost of governance is too much. It is overwhelming for the country itself. And then when it comes to the constitution in itself, it is not fully implemented the way it is meant to. As he said, the rule of law is meant to be followed to the T.
You know, implementation has always been a major problem in this country. I always say it when you go through, you know, some of the reforms, you know, some of the initiatives and what have you, you tend to find out that, oh, okay, they make sense, pretty okay. But then when it comes to implementation, it's a problem. We get stuck. We don't even get stuck halfway. We get stuck right from the beginning of implementing. And then, you know,
then it gets abandoned.
Okay, we have a caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning.
Good
I'm
morning.
Abakar from Nigeria.
Thank you for calling. Please kindly share your thoughts.
Yes. All right. So my contribution is that to me, in Nigeria, you know, in Nigeria, even if they amend this constitution 10 times, they will still abuse it.
Okay, we'll really
And
appreciate it if you're a bit audible so we can hear you. Thank you.
Could you be a bit louder so that we can hear you?
All right. So what I'm saying is that I said even if they amend this constitution 10 times, Nigerians will still abuse it, especially the executive and the legislature. You have been hearing me back?
Go ahead.
So what happened now? What happened recently? A case of Natasha and the Senate President. The court passed judgment recently that in Constitution, the Senate has not right to suspend a member for almost 6 months. So after judgment, now Senate President, who claimed to know the Constitution in this country, now fighting back that same Constitution, that is not agreeing on the case, and will pursue the case and the appeal court. So what are they telling us? What happened when the Supreme Court passed judgment on local government fund? It's more than a year now that they said the local government fund should go directly into their account. The executives have abused it and nothing has happened about the case. So even if they amend the constitution times, they will still abuse it. So that is my contribution.
All right, thank you so much, Abubakar, for that.
Yes.
Everyone has been making a point that it is all down to implementation when it comes to, you know, the rule of law. But then that is all we have for this segment. Thank you for all your contributions. Your voice does matter.